Welcome to Qualtrics Intermediate, brought to you by ITS Training Services. In this session, we will focus on advanced features that will extend your knowledge when working with the Qualtrics Survey Platform. Topics include survey flow, survey options, tools, distributions, data analysis, and reporting. To access Qualtrics, you'll need to log into the MyCoyote portal, click the Collaborate tile, and launch the Qualtrics platform. For this demonstration, I will be using one of the surveys that I previously created. The project name is Coffee Survey. Let me open my survey and select the Survey Flow tab to begin. The survey flow is a block-level view of your survey. You can customize where respondents go and what they will see. In survey flow, you can perform simple tasks like rearranging blocks, or you can add elements like branch logic that direct and personalize your respondents' survey experience. You can use a combination of survey flow elements to screen out respondents who do not meet your target demographic and give them a custom end of survey message. Survey flow works on blocks and elements rather than individual questions. Now, I'd like to draw your attention to the Add a New Element button. When you select it, a new box will open, providing additional features. Please note that I will only be doing a general overview of the features. The first feature is Block. Block is a group of questions that are displayed as a set within your survey. Every survey includes at least one block of questions. Typically, questions are separated into blocks for the purpose of conditionally displaying an entire block of questions or for randomly presenting entire blocks of questions. For the survey that we're currently viewing, you can see that I only use one block, and it has 5 questions. When you select the drop-down arrow, you'll see if your survey has additional blocks. As you begin to create surveys, you'll have the option to separate your questions into different blocks if you wish. The second element is branch. Branch is a way of using logic to execute the use of other elements. Branch uses the same logic as skip and display logic. I will be demonstrating how you can use branching in your survey in a moment. Now let's continue with embedded data. Embedded data can be used to add variables into your data set based on anything that you want. Next is randomizer. Randomizer allows you to randomize who sees which questions. And the next element is web service. Web service is used for placing data or information to and from other websites into your survey. You can create a URL and have that information pulled into Qualtrics Survey automatically. Group allows you to group elements in your survey flow together. You can create a group element which will help you organize content. The authenticator element allows you to authenticate your respondents. You can select the contact list option or a single sign-on. Table of contents allows your respondents to easily navigate between your question blocks while taking the survey. Each survey respondent will have access to a table of contents that allows them to jump to different sections in your survey and track their overall progress. The last feature is End of Survey. The End of Survey element is a great tool for customizing different survey paths for respondents by giving them different endings. For example, you may want to give different messages to respondents after they submit their survey based on how and whether they opted out of the study altogether. Let me cancel all of these features, as I was just doing a general overview, and return to my survey page so that I can demonstrate how you can use branching. Remember, branches are useful when you want to send respondents down different paths in the survey. The surveys that I will be using for this demo are Coffee Survey, which is the first survey, and the second survey is the Coffee Follow-up. For those respondents that are interested in providing their contact information, they will be redirected to the second survey. Let me show you the question for the first survey. Take a look at question 3. I'm asking if they're interested in providing their contact information. If the respondent replies yes, they will be redirected to the second survey. If the respondent replies no, the survey will terminate for them. The second survey asks the following questions. Please provide your contact information and your email address. The first thing that you need to do is open the survey that you want to link to. In this case, it is the coffee follow-up. Then go to the Distributions tab and click the Anonymous Link tab. Once you are at the Anonymous Link tab, copy the hyperlink and set it aside for now. Now return to the first survey, which in this case is the coffee survey. Go to the Survey Flow tab, click the Add a New Element button, and select Branch. You can use branch logic to branch respondents to different survey flow elements based on variables like question responses or embedded data. Depending on how your respondents answer certain questions, they will take different routes through your survey. Next, add a condition. Go to the Select Question dropdown and select the question that will determine your respondent's path. In this case, it is question 3. Are you interested in providing your contact information? Select the Yes choice and then check OK. Then add a new element now, which is End of Survey. Once you have done this, a new box will open up. Select the Customize tab and check the first box, which overrides your survey options. Then select the Redirect to URL and paste the hyperlink that I copied a moment ago. Save, and now let's return to test them. In the first test, I am going to reply no to question 3. This should terminate my survey. Now I'm going to reply yes to question 3 to see if I am redirected to the second survey. As you can see, it worked. Survey Flow is a very powerful tool that will allow you some advanced options. I would like to encourage you to explore these advanced features when working in Qualtrics. And remember, if you need assistance with any of them, please feel free to reach out to our team. Let's continue with survey options. To access these settings, select Survey Options at the top of the Survey tab. Survey Options is where you can change your general survey settings, such as the survey expiration date or the message that will appear to respondents when they finish the survey. The first is Survey Experience. Survey Experience includes options that will directly impact the respondent's experience, such as whether or not a back button will be included and whether you will allow your respondents to save and continue at a later time. You can add a custom survey validation message by selecting the box, or you can also create a custom end of message. Next is Survey Protection. Some surveys require more privacy than others, and you have some features to help protect your survey. You can have it open to everyone, or if you prefer, you can invite respondents to participate. You can add password protection. You can prevent ballot box stuffing, which keeps people from taking the survey more than once. You can also show a custom message and add a survey expiration. Survey Termination. Survey termination allows you additional setting options as well. Do you want to use the default end of survey message or customize it? Would you like your respondents to see a summary of the responses? Or would you like to anonymize responses? Anonymizing responses does not collect any personal information and removes the contact information. You also have the option to inactivate your survey after a certain time, and you can delete surveys and so forth. Let's continue with the Tools tab. The Tools drop-down menu contains a variety of advanced survey features. These features include options like auto-number questions and Collaborate. To collaborate with a colleague or a team member, type their name, and it will pull from our campus directory. A message will be sent to them, and then you can grant them permissions so that they can collaborate with you. You have review options. Options such as strict formatting, spell check, and accessibility. And triggers. You can add triggers to your survey. Email triggers provide a simple solution for follow-up emails or immediate and scheduled responses to your respondents. Email triggers allows you to send an email notification to someone when a survey's response is completed and specified conditions are met. Let's say I wanted to create an email trigger in my survey. Open the content editor. Type in your message. For this example, I would like to personalize the greeting message with the word "Dear" and then go to Insert Pipe Text so that I can pull their first name. Go to Insert Pipe Text and add an email trigger to pull this information. Then go to the survey question. Select the first name. Notice the additional options, whether you want to send the message immediately or at a later time. Now let's test this. I will use a different name for my test. I will be using the name Jessie. I'm opening my emails, and as you can see, it is personalized. The message reads, "Dear Jessie." The next feature in the Tools tab is import and exporting your survey. You can import or export to Word or to another program. As you can see, there are many options that are available to you. Moving on to the Distributions tab. When you open the Distributions tab, you'll need to pick a distribution channel and a method within the channel to start collecting your survey responses. The first option is Anonymous Link. You can use a reusable link that can be pasted into emails or onto a website. Please note that this link is customizable. You can make it something nicer if you wish. The second option is to send your survey through the Qualtrics mailer. Go to the Compose Email button and you can select Contact or create new contacts and add the information and the settings. The third option is social media. You can post your survey on social media. And lastly, you can use the QR code. Download the QR code to use this method. Please note that the offline app is not available to us. The distribution summary will show you in real time all of the responses that have been collected. Responses are broken down by channel with an interactive graph and a table displaying your response trends. These metrics can help you spot troubles early and adjust quickly to keep your research on track. The summary can also help you decide if you have sufficient data to stop collecting. Now let's continue with the Data and Analysis tab. The Data and Analysis tab allows you to manage, add information to, and analyze individual participant responses. The tab is organized into 4 sections: data, text, crosstabs, and weighting. Notice to the right of the survey page, the right column called Actions. You have some options to view individual responses, view details, delete responses, etc. You can also export data from Qualtrics into another program. There are some options available to you, such as CSV, Excel, SPSS, and etc. I typically use CSV. I'm going to select this option now. This will open a new zip file. Let me open it. And now you can see that I've opened my raw data. You'll need to understand your data set. First 11 columns is a timestamp. They include information about each respondent and their entry, such as their name, IP address, response submission dates, etc. The response ID is the ID Qualtrics uses to identify each response in the database. This unique identifier is provided as a reference and generally does not have a use in data analysis. Take a look at your data and decide which ones you would like to keep. I typically clean out the raw data, delete the first 11 columns, and just keep the essential columns. This example shows my cleanup. Now let's move on to reports. You can analyze your data in Qualtrics by going to the Reports tab. These 2 parts include Results versus Reports. In Results, you can quickly view and analyze your results in a default report consisting of question-based pages and customizable visualization. You can format reports from the ground up where you control the layout. You have some options to add visualization to your reports. I encourage you to look through these options to see if they will be useful to you. Library. You can store surveys, graphics, messages, and other file types within your Qualtrics libraries. You can access this content by going to the library page. There are 4 libraries within the library page. There's the survey library, which stores templates of surveys, blocks, and questions for later copying, editing, or referencing in other projects. You have your graphics library. It stores images you've uploaded to Qualtrics for later use in survey themes, questions, and messages. You have your files library. Store any non-image files you've uploaded to Qualtrics for later use in survey questions and messages. You have your message library. You store all messages used in your survey: invite emails, end of survey messages, custom validation, etc. Select the library you wish to create your file and save. Let's recap everything that I went over in this overview. Survey Flow will allow you to add advanced elements to your survey by customizing where respondents go in the survey and what they will see. Survey Options is where you can change your general survey settings, such as the survey expiration date or the message that will appear to respondents when they finish the survey. The Tools tab contains a variety of advanced survey features, such as review, adding triggers, import, exporting your survey. Distribution allows you to select the channel that you would like to use to distribute your survey. Data analysis allows you to view your data and export the raw data into another program if you wish. Reports will allow you to view your data set within Qualtrics. You can visualize your data and add customization to your reports. This concludes the Qualtrics Intermediate Overview. If you have any questions, or if you want to use any of the features that I highlighted, feel free to contact us at itstrainingservices@csusb.edu.